Hello everyone and welcome back to Susa Plays, where we're going to play Bloodbowl 2 again. It's time for another run at the World Cup ladder with a new race, and as you can see, this time it is the Dwarves. Now, Dwarves are commonly regarded as one of the less fun races to play and to play against, but they are kind of different from other races in the strategy you use when you play them. I personally don't really like playing as dwarves or against dwarves, as I might have mentioned, but I've thought they're at least different enough from the other races that they deserve to be one of the races we try in this sort of setting, the official World Cup ladder. So what is special about dwarves? Well, as you know, they have very high armor and they start off with a bunch of skills. You can see that block is nearly already on every player, except for the runners. And also their linemen all have tackle, and every dwarf has the thick skull trait, which means they don't get knocked out. They don't get knockout on an 8 on the injury roll. Instead, it's just a stun. Might seem like a small little advantage, but in the end it means you're gonna get knocked out a bit less often, especially since you already have pretty high armor on everybody. The troll slayers, which are kind of blitzers, and the runners, which are, well, runners, they have 8 armor, but the rest of them, all the linemen and the blitzers, which aren't really the blitzers, because the troll slayers are more of the blitzers and blitzers. So the blitzers are sort of agility 3 complement to the linemen. And they don't cost. They cost a little bit more than linemen, but they do get 5 movement instead of 4, and 3 agility instead of 2. And that's kind of worth not having tackle, since you already have a bunch of tackle anyway, because you have to have some longbeards, which are linemen. And you can also get a death roller. I'm not going to get death roller unless we get a huge amount of money and don't know what to spend it on, because the death roller doesn't really accomplish anything. It's a lot of money to spend on something that you'd only play for one half, unless you get a bribe, in which case, well, you're paying even more to have it. And once they get a few levels, you can get some mighty blow, because they all have access to strength skills. Maybe not the runners, I don't think they get strength. I haven't really played dwarves for long enough to know. But since you can get mighty blow and you can get guard, you don't really need a 7 strength big guy, even though it's nice to have, of course. Right, so this is an old team that I made. You might recall if you followed my channel for a long time. This was supposed to be in a small league run by someone else on YouTube. That league never happened, so this team has sort of been sitting in my list for a while and I haven't played them for anything. So now I've entered them into the World Cup ladder, and maybe they'll be useful for us. The theme, of course, is that they're not drinking. They're what do you call them? People who refrain from drinking alcohol, except for the troll slayers. They have a glass now and then. They couldn't really find anyone with the troll slayer mentality that was not anti-alcoholic. So, right, let's see if they can do well. Let's see who we will play in our first game. I went with 2 runners. Maybe if I remade the team, I would have skipped one of the runners and gotten another longbeard. And we're gonna play orcs. So it's dwarf against orcs right away. That was quick though, that was nice. So no extra cash for anybody, and it's just gonna be bashing. Now, the other thing, except from being durable, is that they are slow. Your maximum movement is 6, and that's only on a couple of players, the runners especially. The Blitzers get 5 movement, as do the Troll Slayers, and the Lineman only gets 4. So there's really no one you can trust in covering large distances. Therefore, we need to keep our team together and make sure that the ball, if our opponent has it, isn't too far away from us, because then we can't catch up. And against orcs, they're also going to have high armor. Usually the way you want to play dwarves is to have large fights with everybody involved, and you sort of outlast your opponent because of your high armor and your thick skulls. Against orcs, though, we might have to be a little bit more careful, because they have some 4 strength dudes. They don't have a block and dodge and stuff. Well, dodge isn't that much of a problem, but they don't have block to start with, and we do. So we can take single dice on them and not be too badly off, as long as we are a little bit careful about how we take them. While they have to use their rerolls, hopefully, on 1 in 9 2-die blocks against us. We only have a 1 in 36 when we take 2-die blocks to have to use a reroll. So the more bashing rolls both team makes, the better off we will be in this situation. Our opponent is choosing, and looks like might be a little bit slow loading in. He's probably going to start on offense. When you're playing Bashy, you usually want to start on offense. I wouldn't be too scared of starting on defense, though. It's good to defend first. The way you win as dwarves is when it's your drive, you score on turn 8, and then you hope your opponent doesn't make a 1-turn touchdown. And then when your opponents score, they either score quickly or you grind them down and they can't score. Or they score quickly, so you get another drive, and then you score on that drive too, and you win 2-1. It's an awesome dude we're playing against. And, right, he did choose to start on offense. So, unfortunately, we don't have enough players to sideline one of our runners. The runners don't have blocks, so they're not really good. Other than for picking up the ball, though. You definitely need them for that. I'm going to use Troll Slayers. The Troll Slayers have Dauntless and they have Frenzy. So they're pretty good at hitting 4 strength guys. And that's probably something we want to do. Goblin has dodge, so we want to hit him with our linemen, if we can, because they have tackle. And let's, I don't know, something like this. We don't really need those guys there. Let's instead pull these guys back. Don't be that close to the line. Maybe we should put, yeah, we probably need to put another guy out here. So our opponent can't move up onto the side, because we can't shift sides very quickly. So don't go too far to one side if your opponent has the ball control of where to put it. Orcs aren't that quick, but their blitzers can move 6. That's as fast as we can move, and the goblin as well. And of course he can toss the goblin with his troll, but if he wants to use that as his primary method of attack, then we'll just have to hope he doesn't get too lucky with it, because we know, ooh, that's a long kick. He gets to stand under it. He could fumble this out and get a touchback, and he does. So he gets to pick it on anybody. At least that means one of his players is way out of position. He didn't have a thrower, so that was probably a pretty good thing to happen for him. So he could now, if he knocks... Ooh, there's the first 1 in 9 thing to happen. And that's only 2 rerolls for him. So that's one of his 2 rerolls gone. I had to take that, of course, because otherwise we could have broken through. So if he needs to... He blitzed there, pushes away, and if this guy pushes this guy away, then the troll can throw the goblin. But he has no reroll now. And to me it looks like he's actually going to try it. So we might see a goblin throw in our first game here. Come on, troll. Eat him. Okay, there's the goblin throw. 50% landing. If it scatters this way... Ooh, ooh, no, he ate him! He ate him! Ooh, what a start. What a start. That's a double 1. He needs to roll a 1 for always hungry, and then the goblin has a chance on a 2+ to avoid it. Well, that's special, yes. Yeah, good start, great start to this team. First action, first turn, first game. Troll eats the goblin. That's not a turnover, by the way, for those of you who thought eating the goblin when the goblin carries the ball is a turnover. No, it's not. That's probably, I think, the only way you can have the ball on one of your player and drop it on your turn without it being a turnover. Okay, so I guess we don't have to worry about the goblin. Well, that's sad. He resigned. Well, it was a terrible start for him. Not impossible to get back from. Well, that means it's gonna be a short video, I guess. Because I want to have 20 videos in the series, because every series so far has been 20 videos. But I guess that's good for us, that we get a bit of free money here. Probably not a 1, a 3 is better. Alright, well, a Longbeard and a Trollslayer got some SPP, and we're gonna have to try again, I suppose. Well, that was an exciting game. For those of you who wanted to see Goblin being eaten. And, well, statistics doesn't really do anything. He had 3 successful blocks, ran 4 yards. Did he? Yeah, he picked it up and then ran 4 yards. And, yeah, we didn't even get to play. Right, 19 more of those and we're in the World Cup. Probably not. We'd probably be disqualified if we had 20 concedes to us. But that wasn't our fault. That was his troll, I would say. Yeah, well, that's Dwarves. As you can see, they're very effective. And you can see the different sort of tactics we used. And 100% win rate. So, thank you very much for watching this short video. I will be back soon with the next game, which will be our first. And yeah, I hope you are excited about watching Dwarves. If not, then, well, I'm sorry. Maybe I will play some Norse whenever the Norse updates comes. It's a couple of days away when I record this. And yeah, I was thinking about just delaying and then doing a Norse campaign instead of a Dwarf campaign. But that would have meant like 4 or 5 days with no Bloodbowl videos. And I figured, well, I haven't tried Dwarves very much. So maybe I need to play as them to learn how to play against them better. Because I have a bit of a tough time when I play against Dwarves. So, thank you for watching, and I will see you again next time.